it's been played once, at least the Nocturne has for Junja this split. Obviously, career is very long, has some games on it as well, but giving themselves a bit of a bar of execution here, Fulls. Junja will have gotten that Scuttle Crab, get a little bit of vision, and get back to his side of the map. But level 6s are there. Junja a bit ahead of Tarzan, and we're going to take a look back in the picture-in-picture and why Xiaoxiu flashed.
Yeah, I mean, Flandre, oh, here we go.
Connection on a Hope. Hope's just going to flash into the magical journey, but they might be followed up on Vampire. Gets the kill. First blood for JDG.
Wow, we can hardly even blink and you'll miss it, but while Shanks did only have to burn the flash and he has his ultimate available, he is running a bit low on mana. You'd imagine that they are aware of Tarzan starting this up here, or that this is a very likely possibility. So we'd like to see some kind of a counterplay from Junja if he can either start up the Drake.
They have the go buttons. The Grand Starfall is a huge tempo kicker for AL. Meanwhile, the Paranoia combo, we didn't see it go successfully the first time, but he still has that go button. Gala coming up from the bottom. He's going to be on a weird angle here, though. They go with the Tempered Fate. Hope he's going to try to layer down some damage on the other side. Paranoia is going to be popped. There's the Shockwave combo. Maybe coming off, but it's not going to be available yet. He didn't have the Shockwave. They still get the damage on a Hope. There's the bullet time, and he is just free-firing. We talked about the level of execution needed from both sides, and so far JDG are executing AL.
And it was AL who chose to go for that look. We see Kyle just deciding to burn the Tempered Fate onto Honkyu, who has the flash.
That is a fight that AL are going to want to prep for.
Oh yeah, it takes a lot of discipline as the Orianna this game. Going straight for Kyle. He's just going to get blown up.
Kyle didn't stand a chance, and this is why the combo is drafted. Doesn't even matter that Junja has played it once this split. It is a lethal combo no matter what. We'll say Hope forgone his boots and went ahead and got half another item. But Flandre has already started with the rest of AL. They're going to use this Rift Herald as a bit of distraction. Carnifex here. Maybe they want to just take the Dragon outright, but here comes the Paranoia combo. They do get a decent amount of damage. I don't know if the hit from the Shockwave mattered in the end. And Hope gets blasted by Gala in the back, and that's going to be a couple more kills going to JDG. A 6-0 lead so far, and I don't think they're going to take down Xiaoxiu anytime soon.
Yeah, we saw Flandre starting up the Drake, and I liked it a lot, just having the Rek'Sai there to apply the pressure. But one thing that I would have preferred to see was the Rek'Sai having that Unleash TP shield as well. That could be really nice, but you just see why the Nocturne Orianna is so effective. But otherwise, it does take quite a while. You're going to need a lot of setup here. I think everybody is just aware how important this bot lane is.
Starfall going in on Honkyu. They're going to exhaust, but they ended up finding Hope in the transition. It's going to be a carry for a carry as they get the TP from Flandre down here to try to push the wave, get some presence. As we get into this fight setup, JDG are going to look to start this Dragon. Flandre has found another flank on the opposite side of Xiaoxiu on the southern part of the fight. Tarzan waiting in the wings. Grand Starfall activated. AL say it is time. Tempered Fate goes in onto 1. They're going to try to get this flank set up here. They're waiting for the bullet time. The bullet time finally comes out, and that's going to be Gala. We're making mincemeat of this front line so far. AL starting to lose some bodies, but a double knockup from Flandre. That's going to be huge. Tarzan finds the kill in the end. He's getting resets now with his Q, and he's going to find another one. AL have stuck their teeth. They are going to sink into JDG, and Xiaoxiu, while he looks unkillable, will fall like the rest of them. A beautifully played fight from Tarzan and AL as they take control of the game.
And this is what I love so much about the LPL. That was probably the most LPL thing we've seen all game.
This is where some of that kind of chess game is going to continue to be. If the Paranoia goes down, Grand Starfall is sure to follow. If the Grand Starfall goes down, Paranoia is sure to follow. Now we just see the Paranoia used straight onto that target, right onto Tarzan. He's going to get lower and lower, but he still has the GA. They're going to buy a lot of time here. Shanks is starting to pump. There's going to be the bullet time right into the choke point, but Shanks goes straight for the background play. The Tempered Fate comes through. It's going to buy a little bit of time. Hope over the wall. Misses the Chains of Corruption, but it's going to go for Honkyu. Can't get the kill into Honkyu, but now Flandre has joined. It's just like a wrestling match off the top rope, left and right and center. AL are continuing to batter JDG.
Yeah, this fight is just all over the place. It's hard to even know what to look at, but AL does get the last laugh, and it's so out of nowhere, but it looked like JDG had this game by far and away, and suddenly it looks like it's in AL's grasp.
For anyone's legend, a team that when they are in the lead, they know how to finish.
Oh, absolutely. Once you give AL this kind of a map state, a game state, ever since then, it feels like AL has been having their way. And as JDG, you can play defense here, but you could just get snapped on at any time.
Exactly, and that's why these teams grab these kinds of comps. Again, that has been a hallmark for them throughout this early part of the year. About 40 seconds for that next dragon, and at this point, it's sole point for anybody.
Oh, here we go.
Paranoia going to be used. He dodges out a decent amount of the damage. That's going to be the cleanse used as well. Gets away from the entire combo, even the bullet time. And after that, that is all your resources. That is everything that you had for JDG. And Gala just gets hit by the piercing arrow of hope. Going to get chased down by the void rush of Flandra. And it is all falling apart for JDG. A double kill for Tarzan. And that's going to be straight up the gut, straight up the middle for anyone's legend.
Yeah, it feels like you are just going to slowly bleed out of this game. You may as well look for something. There comes the ace. That's all of JDG falling to the wayside after that attempt. I thought it was overall a pretty valid attempt. You're running out of good attempts, but unfortunately everybody just is barely able to escape there. And AL, after the brutal start to the game, they find a beautiful way to finish this one off thanks to a really good ace in the mid game there.
Is a heck of a comeback game. Look at that mountain that they carved out for themselves post that 25-minute mark. Literally, it was 10 minutes. Like it was like 27 minutes to almost 35. So even less than 10 minutes that they went from losing to just winning the game outright.
We'll see if he looks like he knows what he's doing, because that is a really tough champion, Lizelle, with the W.
And it's a hard team comp to go into. I mean, you're going to get
Oh,
poked down like crazy. You got to really be resourceful with that egg cooldown as well.
Yeah, last game, it looks like Tarzan and Kyle did get the last laugh, but Honkyu and Junja were absolutely putting up some shots and numbers of their own. Alistar.
Hope in a lot of trouble. He's going to have to flash away from the turret. He's getting decent damage down now, though. He's trying to get some damage onto Vampire. Gala's doing a decent chunk right now. He's looking for one more Q. He has the mana for it. The barrier is going to be popped by a Hope. He's going to stop him. Kyle stopped the headbutt. Pulverize coming through. Junja finds a gank onto Flandra, though, and gets JDG on the board.
Wow, barely in the bot lane is...
Okay, he's not going to go for it. Got baited by the observer.
Ooh, he might go for this, though. This is a lot more interesting.
Flandra doesn't have Meganar even close. He's going to get hit by the Shockwave, or at least Shock Blast, and now he's going to early flash away, try to get some distance, try to use the hop to get back over to his turret, but he will get CC'd as soon as he gets into range. He misses the double jump, and he'll go down. That'll be a big kill. Vampire also fell on the other side of the map and able to get a little bit of damage back down. He wants it so bad as Tarzan's being surrounded by JDG. They're trying to make a preemptive play on this Scuttle Crab. That will be Tarzan going in with the unstoppable force. Flandra right behind with the boomerang to get a little bit of slowdown. Tarzan doing massive chunk of damage on the Junja while he has that level advantage, but it's starting to get a little bit worse for JDG as they need to try to get out. That's going to be another kill going to AL. Shanks is going to get that one. They're going to try to kill Junja here as well. Flandra takes him down, and Kyle is here over the top to get a double kill going for Shanks. Shanks has been playing with less than 200 health like this entire fight, and he's still alive.
But Shanks has been playing with less than 200 health this entire game, it feels like.
BM for days from anyone's legend as now Shanks getting surrounded by JDG. They're going to try another crack at the egg. The egg will be popped here. He'll buy a little bit of time, but nobody's really coming for him, so he will just be scrambled by JDG.
Yeah, Tarzan stops to take a laugh, but Shanks doesn't nearly have that luxury. He's been getting just pressured all game, it feels like. I don't think they can kill Gnar before Mega, but they're going to try.
About to have it. They have a lot of lockdown here. They're going to hit the headbutt pole first. They lock him down before he even gets it. Beautiful damage combination from JDG.
Perfect crowd control and layering of spells from JDG to just one-shot Flandra before he gets the chance. And yeah, suddenly JDG fights back. It looked like AL had a really good look with Tarzan getting to laugh right after, but I think JDG might have some opportunities to take some emotes now too.
We're waiting on that mid lane setup to get to those tier 3 boots, but Right now, it would only be Honkyu that gets his upgraded. We are set up now around this fight, and Vampire might be caught out a little bit. He's going to be taking a brunt of damage here. About half health as he pops that Unbreakable Will. That's going to be the Mega Inferno Bomb used. Kyle trying to get away from the rest of the fight. Vampire going low, going down. Big setup, but the quickness not fast enough. They do get the double kill coming for Hope, who has been quiet this entire game, but all of a sudden pops off with the 3K in starting the game. All quests completed by AL during that fight, and now they continue the Dragon.
Yeah, and I think we might have more combat here. I mean, Gala and Honkyu do not want to give this one up. Tarzan's HP is increasing rapidly.
Is gliding right now. Honkyu going to have to go over the wall. Now they get the Gatling gun straight into Gala's face. Gala going to flash over as well. Hope can't fall with the rocket barrage.
But the Dragon...
The Dragon continues as they are going to reset its aggro. Flandre is stuck in the pit here. Kyle coming over. I don't think this is a fight that AL want. They back away, rightfully so, and JDG will get a second Dragon.
This is really good for JDG. You would think that after AL wins that fight that they're going to get the Dragon and have a really favorable outcome, but typically the objectives matter so much more than the kills. You know, yeah, Kyle with the cheeky attempt there, and it looks like JDG is well aware of that. They're going to have the satchel as well.
They do love to get that first turret, and they will focus that in the bot lane. Should be able to do that, as you said, with the satchel. Just little side point here, and I don't know if it's going to matter if we do scale into infinity, but Shanks has 4 stacks on Rod of Ages already before Honkyu had even completed his. He just completed it, so it'll start stacking now, but that's going to be a big difference.
Yeah, I think what that can end up meaning is that, of course, in about 5 minutes' time, which is crazy, it's 5-0 in the stack count on that right now. It's going to be way better, but I wouldn't be surprised to fight here.
They're trying to chunk Tarzan, but he's pretty tanky with that Sunfire first. And he's not the AP Malphite that he might be able to burn down, as AL will get a response turret in the top side. And that lead still hovering about 1,000 gold for JDG moving forward. There won't really be a TP from Xiaoxiu, so that will be a little bit of a difference. It means Flandre can play with this mini Narbar a little bit more safely. Honkyu and everyone else looking for him, though, before he can change Mega Gnar. That would be huge. The exhaust comes down. Mega Inferno Bomb used only onto Flandre. He'll be still stacking up. Meanwhile, there was a little bit of pressure in mid lane while Hope takes the turret. And that's going to be some good standing gold ahead of the fight for AL, and a lack of defensive pressure from JDG. They still don't have Flandre. He backed and has come back. I didn't really buy much either, but did have his health bar kind of gone. They're going to get a catch out here right on the Vampire, but he's unbreakable. You got to remember. And there comes Tarzan after he dodges, and Tarzan going to find that entrance to the backline. That combo of Kyle, Tarzan, the glue. Well, it's sticking together right now, and JDG can do nothing of it. A double kill for the Malphite, and Xiaoxiu comes in a little bit late, now being bombarded by the rest of AL. Xiaoxiu goes for a play onto the backline, but Shanks has egg. He's going to get one at least. He's still cooking. He's still going. He's still got Gala, but Gala has no mana, and Xiaoxiu will finally fall. Godzilla is down, and Tarzan raises his standard for AL.
Yeah, and that's, again, Junja getting hit by the Unstoppable Force with Flash available. Means that you have to flash those Malphite ults as hard as it is. Rise ulting for Vision is Honkyu. This one is most certainly gone, but maybe they can kind of mess with them here, get their tempo, maybe find a play on the back side of this, maybe pressure the mid tower or something.
But he's also going full tank, but with a Dark Seal, so he's got AP. He does damage. He's got the Abyssal Mask now as well to lower that magic resist, and he is just a tank that can kill people. And now we're going to see a 50-50 around the Baron. Junja trying to get over to the pit, but the Baron's already gone. Flandre trying to get Mega Gnar, but he's still locked down. Xiaoxiu trying to find the entrance, trying to go for the big spin to win combo, but it's a lot of damage. Back so low. They found Xiaoxiu. They're going to find Vampire, though everybody's bars are ticking red. Gala waiting in the wings. Shock Blast goes wide. JDG can't find it.
That is incredible for me to see that none of those people go down. All 4 of them on blinking red HP bars. Gosh, the Corky W being the reason why. You can only wonder, maybe a bit more patience. Holy, the live.
Jace is already down. Junja's gone, but a nice rebuttal from JDG coming up. Xiaoxiu seems to be the one that they really need to rely on as Realm Warp's coming through. Only Honkyu is going to join that one. Shanks trying to run away, but gets killed and will eventually fall here as his egg will be popped as well. And that is a wonderful, triumphant return to the game state for JDG.
Yeah, blink and you'll miss it. All of a sudden, JDG is way back into the game. They just get 4 kills out of the blue in exchange for Junja's life. That is a great trade every day of the week.
Back to looking at our duos. Tarzan and Kyle, they have the go buttons for anyone's legend. Junja and Xiaoshu will start up the dragon, but you know Xiaoshu is always looking for the back line. That's going to be a shock blast hitting onto Flandre. He's trying to get Meganar up now. Half health on the dragon. Tarzan wants to 50-50 it, but they don't have the resources. They could just let this one go, and I think that will be the decision by AL.
Yeah, that time you see Tarzan not quite willing to commit to Unstoppable Force. I think that would be the most flashable Unstoppable Force all game for Junja. He's had a lot of chances, but that time he's staring him right in the face, keeping his distance. The element of surprise isn't quite as...
We saw resets aplenty. Banshee's Veil completed for Shanks. This fight is do or die, it feels like, for this game, and AL know that. There's going to be another flash play away from Tarzan's Unstoppable Force, but Junja will no longer have flash on the Jace.
First time he flashed Unstoppable Force, perhaps the most important time. The soul is coming up here.
Xiaoshu's looking for the angle. Flandre needs to get his Meganar, but he can't do it. Kyle is just taken out by Xiaoshu. The Croc is hungry, but now he's got to be a little bit careful. JDG going to recircle the ranks and recircle the wagons right around AL. That'll be another pick. 2 members down of AL, and that dragon should be JDG's.
Oh yeah, no smite left, not even a spellbook Kyle to try stealing this. That's gonna be Cloud Soul for JDG. And as I was mentioning, that soul is gonna be extremely good this game. Just the stats it's giving you. And then as well, the fact that you're able to gap close on top of them that much easier now.
You don't have Tarzan. I don't know what else you can really do. Shanks will just get caught if he overextends. Kyle, he's going to try to get in there, try to get a little bit of something. Vampire goes down, but the Baron has already fallen. Flandre can't even get Meganar, at least gets the Meganar ulti there. Was wondering if he was actually going to hit anybody. Now Xiaoshu activates and goes forward. They have so much movement speed, and Xiaoshu is doing so much damage. Once or twice, every now and then, Xiaoshu just single-handedly carries JDG, and that's this game right now.
Mazal, I don't think he can even die. I think he can only die if he literally puts himself in the middle of the whole enemy team.
The enemy team is coming for somebody, but it's not Xiaoshu, it's Hongqiu. He goes down after taking the turret in mid lane. See what the response from JDG will be. Just looks
they're
like
gonna try corralling
them.
them.
Some of this. They're going to keep this train rolling. Tarzan doesn't have any entrance into the fight, and Kyle just gave his life. Did he expect Tarzan to come around the corner? Tarzan just said no, and now Tarzan is on the back end of this play while Hope also dies. AL have just given everything over to JDG, and they will take that and run with it. Speaking of, Flandre can't really run away as Xiaoshu finds a connection straight onto Shanks. He is untouched, unbothered, and just ripping and roaring through AL's backline over and over again. That's going to be game 2, and JDG show some life in this series.
Yeah, Xiaoshu takes about 12 tower shots there. His HP bar only going up somehow. And I mean, as Hope, you think that you've got plenty of distance between you and the Renekton and Alistar. But guess what? Renekton and Alistar both pop their ultimates, getting that Cloud Soul buff and just that immense amount of movement speed. They're able to get right on top of Hope and right on top of AL's Nexus.
And it was a firm, solid plan from JDG. Just go with scaling, stuff that's stable, and a heck of a carry as well from Xiaoshu in that top lane matchup. But it was a holistic effort from the entirety of JDG, held on to for a majority of the game and then ballooned. And you see Gala's good poke damage, but it's that 27k from Xiaoshu that's going to be feeling really, really good. And just a little side note.
Hongqiu against dive comps, Mazal. So this is a cinematic draft right here.
It's some of the strange pieces that we know from days past of these teams, of these players.
Yeah, I mean, we are just trading spells back and forth, you know, first with the flash on a Hope, now with the flash on a Flandre, but we're just trading flashes, no trading of kills just yet. But I say that
Xiaoshu, he'll have a gank coming his way. He does still have the flash. He wants to try to go get Flandre. He's trying to bait him in. I don't know if Shanks can do enough, but if he sticks around, he will. There's the flash from Xiaoshu, playing with his food a little bit, but here comes Tarzan. He wants to use the pursuit to get in range, but Shanks, are they willing to die this? No way, AL. This is bold as Shanks takes a huge hit, but Tarzan connects with the Darkened Dagger, and that's going to mean that Shanks gets first blood for AL.
Yeah, Shanks throwing up the emotes the whole time. Looked like it was a lot easier said than done, though, to actually secure that kill. And Shanks even TPing out, afraid that perhaps, I suppose somebody could have been there. But yeah, now they're going to lose the Drake as well. I actually don't think that was too positive of a play.
Ooh,
Meanwhile,
Gala gets caught by the Tangle Barb. He immediately flashes. Gala trying to make some distance between him and Hope and Kyle. He will be successful in that. Both summoner spells burn.
yeah, both sums down, but you do get the Drake, and this is the point I was highlighting, is that this is going to be...
Meanwhile, Shanks trying to stop Honkyu from backing. TP is available for him, so he could come into the fight. Junja just kicks it off, goes in, Crescent Guard utilizes. Kyle trying to lock people down. Dragon gets taken there by AL. Immediately, JDG turn tail and run, but I don't think you can run from the dogs as they're starting to howl. That's going to be Tarzan running away with that flash, and AL do get the Dragon, and they escape. It looks like that is the next focus for AL.
Yeah, Honkyu just shopping, decides to TP
Whoa.
bot. They're going to
Junja.
fight.
Junja just going in. Crescent Guard used really well as he buys a lot of time for himself, getting away from any of the damage AL was trying to put down. Xiaosu is also going to try to take a flank here. Public Execution used, and he just double dashes away. Tarzan was helping just in case, but JDG should take this Rift Herald.
Yeah, I'm surprised. It looks like JG is going to get away with this Rift Herald, but Honkyu did shift all the way up after TPing bot lane. So this bot tower is going to get chunked extremely low. I don't think it's going to fall solo to Shanks just yet. But
Nice spell shield from Hope.
they are dropping a lot of gold XP down here. They better have a good play in this mid lane.
Rift Herald going to be used. Junja going to charge that one straight in. Should be able to get this turret, and that should secure first turret. Yep, just in
Barely.
time. So that means JDG keep their first turret percentage at an all-time high.
And you can only imagine that AL is well aware of that.
And this setup is all too important. It's not the soul point. It's not even soul. It's just second dragon for one of these two teams, but it feels like it's a confidence booster as Xiaosu will get engaged on with the rebuttal of Flandra. He goes in with the public execution. Now Xiaosu trying to get the counter-strike play. He does. He's going to get one more slap of the stick, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 for the top laners.
That was so well played, leap striking towards the enemy incoming minion wave just to buy himself some space. Yeah, really awkward for Honkyu. He can't really match the TP without any mana. And then we even see Xiaosu TPing top and Honkyu being a bit confused. Should I recall? Should I not? He eventually gets the recall off.
Ooh,
Still doesn't have the Liandry's in the zone. He's pretty weak on this Swain. I've been kind of singing his graces about how I think the Honkyu Swain's going to carry this game, but the more I watch this game transpire, the more I'm starting to doubt whether this Swain's going to do anything. He hasn't ulted all game. All right, so everybody has flash up. Honkyu still hasn't ulted this game. I think both of those things are going to change in the next 30 seconds or less. I think, yep.
Oh, nice flash from Vampire getting away from that one. Now Flandra needs to be a little bit more careful. So the initial engage from AL doesn't work. Do they just back off here because of it?
You can only wonder what their next move is here. Ambessa having no ult, but Lulu having no sums. Again, Shanks forcing Honkyu back because Honkyu does have a pretty greedy build in terms of the 1v1. Surely Honkyu groups this time, and surely he pops that Demonic Ascension.
Going back up towards top side, but that TP always available.
If anything, what they could be doing is just situating this top lane River Vision. But it's very interesting. Flandre TPing into the bot lane. We're going to have something.
Okay, AL decide they want to fight. They want to try to get that upper hand. Flandre getting closer and closer with the engage. Gala needs to be careful. He got locked down on the Pop Blossom, but here comes the heroic entrance as well. They do get Flandre on the back line, but they don't have enough damage. Honkyu finally, for the first time, pops his Demonic Ascension, and they are untouched. This glob of JDG will be untouched, and Honkyu continues to heal. Can they turn it back around, though? The taunt's coming through. Xiaosu finds backline access, finds one kill. They go for more as JDG are hunting down the members of AL. Flandre can't get in, and Tarzan forced to flash away.
Yeah, JDG does secure the Drake there, but a super messy fight. That's kind of exactly what I had in mind. Pretty much nobody has flash now. Actually, every single flash did get burned down there. That's Seeker's arm guard, that shattered arm guard at that, into Azonia's, because that's going to be extremely impactful. We all know how frustrating it can be when the Jax goes Counter-Strike into stasis, into Counter-Strike. That's like 7.5 seconds of invulnerability. So we're going to see once Xiaoshu gets that, I would imagine these fights become extremely difficult for AL. I mean, once Kyle gets the Frozen Heart, that's going to be pretty useful because the clones can apply that into the backline. but at this particular stage, Vampire is much stronger than Kaya.
Junja just going straight into the fight. He does still have the Crescent Guard, so can buy all that time, all that space. Tarzan, he has a big advantage individually over Junja, but he has to make it matter in these fights. He's going to unleash straight onto Honkyu, but Honkyu's going to pop the Demonic Ascension. He went straight after the tanky target, and now AL, they're getting bottled up. A 3-man coming through from Kyle. Is it enough? They got Gala. They got Gala. They took him down. Honkyu's getting low, and JDG, they've faltered just a moment. Xiaoshu taking on a 1v4 goes golden. That pop is huge, but it does matter. AL take 2 and the end and take a huge fight.
Yeah, we're going to have to see how Gala goes down there. He fully dies with Killer Instinct available. He must have gotten snapped onto by some kind of CC, and that's going to be extremely costly. I was extremely curious why Tarzan is ulting on a Honkyu like that.
And unfortunately, not enough tools in the tank to take him to that next level. And now about a 3,000 gold lead going to continue ballooning as AL take another dragon.
Yeah, thankfully it's only the 3rd Drake, so it's not going to be any, all she wrote just yet. But this is pretty difficult to proceed here.
I think AL have done a really good job of protecting the storm that has been JDG, this kind of big boy comp that they've had, these bodies they're willing to throw, but AL now have the tools to make surgical incisions, and it just feels like Gala is that target. If they can take down the big damage behind all of that tankiness,
they can use this extra 50 seconds in the mid lane if they so choose, but I do feel like JDG can probably defend this pretty well, and even if AL does get this tower, it's not the end of the world. Xiaoshu,
he doesn't have a counter-strike anymore, but they take the counter-engage here. Junja goes in. Nice little Pop Blossom onto him, and he no longer will have the Crescent Guard. Is it going to be enough? Flandra has arrived. Flandra is ripping through them as this Ambessa. Honkyu still going with the Demonic Ascension, but he's out of gas at least. Gala finally finds the backline, but he's all by himself now, and Tarzan with the dogs behind him will take him down. Honkyu was still kicking, but not much longer. Potentially
he's
healing
honkying
through that one. He is fine, but he will lose the Demonic Ascension. Darkened Dagger does connect. Tarzan gets blasted by the laser beams. Call him Palpatine as AL moved to mid lane.
What did Honkyu just do, man? I thought this fight was cooked. And then suddenly Honkyu just must have did like 7,000 damage that fight. Must have tanked another 10,000 himself. Yeah, no on the hunt, no flash for Junja. Decent trade for both teams. It's just a matter of Honkyu and Gala, if you ask me.
They're going to try to move in here. Gala is going to go for a fight on the Flandra. He does have the Guardian Angel now as well. Big chunk of damage. Xiaoshu finally finding his entrance. Pop Blossom to try to deny the rest of JDG, but it's used too early. The taunt's coming down. Do they have the pick? There goes Flandra on the backline, but Gala trades places with him and instantly gets crunched. That's going to be the turnaround play from AL, maybe. Honkyu's still kicking here. Flandra is going to get his GA pop, but it doesn't matter. He doesn't. He's still alive. They're still going. No GAs are down, and JDG is wiped.
Are they?
My God,
are
Honkyu. He's buying so much time, but he's going to die.
They are. And they can possibly end here. I don't know how quick the respawns are. It looks like they're going to have it. I thought that that fight was going to be a lot closer once I saw Hope go down, but Gala going down as well. Seems that the 4v4 does eventually favor AL after all.
No way.
I suppose they end here.
The redemption here, fools. The redemption. JDG took it whole-handedly in that first series, 2-1, but AL are the ones to persevere. AL are the ones to come out back on top, and AL are the first team to lock top 4 in LPL Winter Split.